everyone, welcome to Lunar Rhythm with Christine Skinner. Once a month, we will join with Christine, discuss what's happening at this moment.
I want to show you a new book. Right.
Yes,
okay.
Please.
Let me read from the back. She says,
Sure.
Our birth charts reveal we belong to a family of dragons or galvanizing lunar eclipse patterns, many of which are ancient and have been returning for centuries to check up on us, their earthly kin. Get ready to meet your dragon family and discover life patterns that have been dancing you through elaborate cosmic steps heretofore unknowable by any conventional means of astrological analysis. So what she does is she's taking you to the lunar eclipse that's close to your birth, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
And seeing that, we're so used to Bernadette's amazing work with the solar
Definitely.
eclipse. This is different. This is different. And so she does this family of lunar eclipses, which goes back just as much as a Saros cycle does. Right? But it's a really extraordinary work. I have to tell you, I found it hard going to start with because you have to get into the mindset of it. It took me a little while, but once you've got it, it's really, she separates
I
that.
see. Okay.
And so she's looking for a kind of family DNA. I think that's the best way to describe it. Okay. It is going to take me time to go through it all and to work it with my clients and different events. But I rather think this is going to be one I want to have on my shelf. So back to this eclipse, right?
Yes.
I started to look back on many clients and things, what had happened in 2006. It's not just today's eclipse, that 9 degrees of Aries, which incidentally picks up on one of the charts for oil, right? Which is, that's interesting, because we have the solar eclipse 9 Aries. The following day, Neptune slips into fiery Aries as well.
Yes.
So we're all of us about to go into a new world. And I feel that these 2 weeks are, well, they're prep time, aren't they? Because we know the world's going to be different. We know that, right? We know it's going to be even faster than it is now. Right? So we're going to have to absorb information quickly. And I don't know. At the moment, it feels panicky. The markets are off by it's been extraordinary. I have to say, we all called that right. Financial astrology rules, because we were forecasting this 9-10 years ago, saying it was going to be the big one. It's just a question of how much the bounce is going to be. I don't think we're finished with the falls yet, because the next full moon, sorry, I'm not being negative in this. I'm actually not being negative. The next full moon is, where is it at? 23 degrees Aries Libra. Yeah. And I think Chiron is very close by.
Yes.
So, and Chiron acts as a good corrector. And again, I think, and is it Venus or Mercury? One of them is on the world axis as well.
Let me double check. 23, yes. And right next to Chiron, you are exactly right next to Chiron. And Mercury is 28-degree Pisces.
Pisces, it's practically onto the world axis.
Yeah.
And of course, that's going to have Neptune with it as well. So that looks to me like a really slippy date. Rod, this isn't to push another book, but just to tell you about something which was remarkable. I can see all the books behind you. I can't see the one I'm looking for, which is
one?
Astrology for the New Millennium. It's a big fat one and it's blue.
Oh, not on my bookshelf.
Right, all right. It was written in the 1990s by a guy called Meese, Meece. And he was writing about the coming years, and you won't believe what he wrote about this first quarter of 2025. Remember, he wrote this in the 1990s. He said of the United States that in this first quarter, there would be the equivalent of another Boston Tea Party. Kudos. Wow. He's done another forecast, which I've checked, and I'm sure he's absolutely right, for August the 9th, 10th. We'll pick up on this later on in this year, but he's showing how a Yod formation then, because we're going to have Uranus and Pluto and Saturn in the middle, and then there's a day in August where Mars opposes that. So you get this big Yod shape, height rather, and when that happens, he's seeing that as being like he's described it as a potential Tiananmen Square moment in the United States. So when you start to think that the last time Neptune went through Aries, American Civil War, it's entirely possible that there will be at least echoes of that time.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be accused of being all negative, right? I don't want to be, right? That's not my kind of astrology, right? And I do think that it's hard to see something really happy and nice about the next few years. What I do think is that each one of us is building up a spiritual momentum, right?
Sure.
Which suggests to me that what I think is going to happen probably won't, right? Because it'll be variations on a theme, but the old rules aren't going to apply.
To be honest with you, like you say, at this moment when you see what's happening now, or when you see in the astrology the new world is coming, and somehow when you see what happened in the news, you just like you're not easily to get very positive. So that has impact to everyone's mental or mindset.
No, I'm going to come back to the UK. You were kind enough to ask before the 6 module course, right?
Oh yes,
right. I was trying. Several people bought it, and during the Mars retrograde, and I've used their feedback to make some improvements, which is great. Which means that we can go live properly with it at the end of April. This is nice,
Yeah,
we work well together, and we're in Istanbul.
So yes, this year Istanbul's astrology conference will have a Christine and I. So it's from the 13th of June to the 15th of June. If you want to join us, please welcome beautiful Istanbul. Also, I want to mention the AA conference this year because I'm going to give workshop on the astronomy workshop. I really want to make it different, make people into the sky. So I'm trying to not just give a picture and say, this is MC, how to calculate it. I really want to build up a 3D module to make people understanding.
Brilliant. And will you do a little bit of black hole stuff with that as well?
Oh, why not? Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining me and Christine for this lunar reason, and enjoy your lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. Make it most. We only live once. So thanks everyone. See you next month. Bye bye. God bless.